All right, a very good evening to you. Many thanks for joining us this night on the broadcast. This is Kutv News at 9, where we inform you of everything that is happening in the country, within our borders, and across our borders also. But first, before we get into informing you and keeping you up to speed, let's get an introduction.
This is KUTV Primetime News with Anyango, Sylvia.
That's right, and on a sign language interpretation tonight is Margaret Migwi. Remember, KUTV News at 9 is also coming to you live on YouTube at KUTV News Kenya, and you can also interact with us on other social media platforms on X at KUTV_Kenya, at Anyango Sylvia KE. We begin. Now, in a move aimed at enhancing transparency and restoring public trust in Kenya's healthcare financing, Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale has launched the National Health Insurance Fund, NHIF, pending bill. Claims Verification Committee. The committee is expected to scrutinize billions of shillings worth of unpaid medical claims submitted to the defunct NHIF.
Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale has officially launched the National Health Insurance Fund, pending Medical Claims Verification Committee in Nairobi. The committee, chaired by Mr. James Masiero and deputized by Dr. Anne Wamae, has been tasked with verifying medical claims amounting to over 33 billion shillings owed to the healthcare providers by the new defunct National Health Insurance Fund.
The President directed that government will pay all hospital bills with a total claims of 10 million and below in full, representing 91% of all facilities that were contracted by the defined NHIF. The remaining 9% of hospitals with a total claims of over 10 million will be subjected to a verification exercise to be completed within 90 days, after which a payment plan will be agreed upon.
Among the committee's core responsibilities is to investigate cases of fraudulent, exaggerated or unsupported claims and recommend appropriate action to relevant government agencies. They are also expected to propose long-term reforms to prevent recurrence of such issues in the future. Duale stressed that only genuine claims will be paid, and the committee will be held accountable for any payments made to facilities that did not offer the claimed services.
I urge and challenge the committee to thoroughly scrutinize the outstanding claims and only recommend genuine claims for payment. While the government appreciates the financial difficulties being faced by some of our key and important healthcare providers, it is important that this process is undertaken to guarantee not only value for money, but also transparency and accountability in the purchase of healthcare services.
The committee will serve for a period of 3 months, as per the Gazette Notice number 4069 issued on March 28, 2025. Stakeholders, including healthcare providers, oversight agencies, and the public, have been urged to support the committee's effort. With billions at stake and public trust on the line, the work of this committee will be closely watched in the days ahead. Brenda Nyongesa, KUTV.
Thank you, Brenda. Now, the National Treasury and Economic Planning Cabinet Secretary, John Mbadi, has sharply criticized media outlets for what he termed as spreading wrong message on tax proposal that only aims at generating emotions for nothing. Speaking while presiding over the launch of the Electronic Government Procurement EGP system at the Kenya School of Government, Mbadi insisted that the Treasury has not yet concluded the tax proposals.
Usually don't respond much to media coverage because really the media's role is to keep us on toes and to hold us accountable. But
while presiding over the launch of the Electronic Government Procurement EGP system at the Kenya School of Government,
this system must work.
The National Treasury and Economic Planning Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi sharply condemned the media for what he indicated to be misinformation,
because I will explain.
As he called for objectivity in every media report.
Please don't start generating a lot of emotions for nothing. if you have issues with anybody in government or the entire government, please allow objectivity. Just come objectively. We will engage you. And it's not going to be business as usual. For me, I will engage you because I will explain these things.
Mbadi openly refuted the claims that the government had approved the Finance Bill 2025, highlighting that the Treasury is currently looking at proposals being submitted by Kenyans.
We have not concluded Finance Bill for 2025. So let wrong message not go out there that there are any tax proposals. Not yet. I'm actually looking at those tax proposals as we speak. From various groups, Kenyans are submitting proposals here and there. So we have not come up with finance bill. There is nothing like taxing Kenyans more, you what. Don't just start opposing things even which have not been proposed.
The CES further highlighted that all the proposals from the National Treasury will be published on these media outlets, and Kenyans need not to worry, emphasizing that unlike the former Treasury, his is open.
If we are coming for more taxes, we would say, but we have not done that. So please, those who are bringing out some sensational issues around, we are proposing higher taxes, nothing like that. We will publish finance bill and we'll put and explain again. The way we did in December with the tax laws, we are going to, if there is any proposal from National Treasury, we will put a column for explainer in the newspapers.
On the electronic government procurement EGP system, which is the use of information technology by governments in procuring works, goods and services requested by the public, the Treasury cautioned Kenyans of opposing it at its earlier stages of operation.
This is something we are not going to go back. We must succeed. So don't stand in the way of this reform. Embrace it because there are benefits in this.
National Treasury is open. It is not the old National Treasury. We have changed the mindset of the Treasury. There is nothing to hide in these things. This money that we manage belongs to the people of Kenya. If it is not there, let us tell Kenyans, we have no money. So we can't spend what we don't have. If we have little, let us share.
According to the National Treasury, the system will enhance transparency and accountability achieved from online publication of tender notices, contract award notices, online bid submission and procurement audit trails, as well as enhanced reporting and procurement analytics for better monitoring of the public procurement system, among other benefits. James Baraka for KUTV.
Now, at the same time, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has announced the safe release of 5 chiefs who were kidnapped in Mandera County earlier this year, just before President William Ruto's visit to the northeastern region. The chiefs were ambushed while traveling from Ouagadougou to Elwak in February. Murkomen assured the nation that the chiefs are now under government protection and will be heading home soon. Here is more from our very own Akida Kasim.
In a fresh push to boost peace and tighten security, the Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen is on a 6-day tour across the coastal counties. During his visit, he confirmed that the 5 chiefs who were abducted after being ambushed by Al-Shabaab while traveling from Ouagadougou to Elwak in February are now free and safe.
We decided to work together with the community and to work with the county government of Mandera and the local community, and this process has borne fruit. We will be commenting further in the near future, once our chiefs are within the country, and we'll give you even more updates on the progress and what we are doing.
Those released include Mohammed Adawa, Chief of Elwak Sub-County, Mohammed Hassan, Abdi Hassan, Mohammed Nur Hache, and Assistant Chief Ibrahim Gabo. The group was abducted in Mandera County, where criminal cases are mostly recorded.
There are men and women who are making great sacrifices. The fact that we don't discuss threats of terrorism and Al-Shabaab and so forth every day does not mean that our country is not facing constant threat from this element.
Murkomen praised the strong cooperation between local communities and both the national and county government that led to the chief's release. He also lauded border police officers for their commitment to guarding the country through the night despite constant threats.
You know that the challenges that have been in the coast region for many years and as a country as a large is dealing with issues of gangs from MRC to the Panga boys, and once in a while or on a particular season you will see a resurgence of gangs in the region, and that will form strongly part of my presence here.
The 6-day security tour will cover Mombasa, Kwale, Kilifi, Tana River, Taita Taveta and Lamu. Murkomen says the visit comes in response to a recent rise in criminal gangs that have sparked fear among locals. He reassured both residents and tourists that security is under control.
It is in the region, but there is no cause for alarm. There was recently some false alarm about the dangers faced by our tourists, but have been briefed accordingly. The situation that occurred is nothing to worry us. It is containable.
His part of the tour will also focus on meeting chiefs, assistant chiefs, and local leaders to draw up fresh strategies to tackle drug abuse and eliminate their crisis from the region. Akida Kasim, KUTV.
Now, Githunguri Member of Parliament and close ally of former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, Gathoni Wamuchomba, presented herself at the office of the Directorate of Criminal Investigation (DCI) in compliance with a summon regarding allegations that she funded youths to disrupt a presidential event in her constituency. According to Wamuchomba, who spoke to the media after the meeting, there have been plans to assassinate her. She revealed that her residence has been surrounded by Subaru vehicles, a term often associated with police surveillance, and she now fears for her life. Wamuchomba implicated the president in these developments, stating that she needs heightened security because of her strong allegiance to Gachagua.
Wananchi na mimi ndio walinisaidia, wakaanza kupiga hizo Subaru mapicha. Wakati hizo Subaru ziliona zinapigwa picha wakapotea. By the time the media was arriving, hizo Subaru zilikuwa zimepotea. My life is in danger. I need to be protected as a leader, as a woman leader in Kiambu County. And I demand to be protected because I have the privilege given to me by the government.
Now, Kenya and Africa face a new reality, one where donor funding is no longer guaranteed. With global aid shrinking and policy shifts in the United States and Europe, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi is urging the continent to rethink its future. In his address during the Africa Exchange convening in Nairobi, he called on leaders to embrace efficiency, fight corruption, and revive the true spirit of Harambee. The Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi says Africa must stop relying on aid and begin to build sustainable and independent systems. Speaking from experience as a former finance minister, Mudavadi noted that globetrotting with the begging bowl is undignified. He emphasized that the shrinking of US funding is not just a challenge, but an opportunity to shift mindset, strengthen local institutions, and give dignity to the youth.
Let Africa Exchange be more than just another conference. It is the birth of a movement, a commitment to doing things differently. We must build an ecosystem where solutions are not imported but cultivated locally, where the wisdom and leadership of Africans shape our destiny.
Mudavadi highlighted that Africa has for far too long been stuck in donor-driven models that reinforce dependency, with foreign and policies shifting, some irreversibly. He called for a shift from short-term relief to long-term investment in innovation, entrepreneurship, and youth empowerment.
Support remains valuable. Africa must now leverage its ingenuity and partnerships to bridge the gap between its needs and available resources.
With over 70% of Africa's population under 30, the Prime Cabinet Secretary says the future lies on young people, but without capital, mentorship, or access to markets, their potential remains untapped. Mudavadi also raised concern over the high cost of administering aid in Africa, urging philanthropic organizations to cut red tape and channel more funding directly to grassroots efforts.
Transparency, accountability, and community involvement must become the cornerstone of modern philanthropy. Governments, private sector partners, and funders must work together to cut waste and ensure that every dollar delivers maximum impact to the target beneficiary.
As foreign aid continues to shrink, Kenya and Africa are at a crossroads. Will the continent continue depending on the outside world, or will it rise to build its own path? Anyango, Sylvia, KUTV. On that note, we're taking the very first break on the broadcast tonight. Stay with us.
Badala ya kutafuta kazi, tunaweza kuanzisha miradi yetu ambayo ingetusaidia kubadilisha maisha ya wazazi wetu.
Kwa vijana wenzangu, wengi hawana kazi, lakini ikiwa sisi wenyewe tutajiamini, tunaweza kujiajiri wenyewe.
Afrika kwa kweli tuna mahitaji ambayo ukiyasuluhisha unaweza kuathiri watu kwenye bara hili.
Bila uoga, watu huwa na uzalishaji zaidi, wanajawa na ujasiri, wanakuwa wabunifu na wanakuwa wenye maarifa.
Niliamua kuacha kazi, hata kama sitafanikiwa, nitakuwa nimejaribu, nitakuwa najua haiwezekani.
Hakuna kitu cha ajabu hapa. Kila anayepata ufanisi hufanya kazi usiku na mchana.
Kitu kitakusukuma na kuwezesha kupata maarifa ambayo hukuwa nayo.
Tunajaribu kutengeneza kitu kitakachopita mipaka ya nchi hii.
Ikiwa unataka kubadilisha ulimwengu, anza na nyumbani.
Access to knowledge, solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights and repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more, only on Law Matters.
You are watching KUTV Primetime News with Anyango, Sylvia.
Welcome back. Now, thank you for keeping KUTV News at 9 this far. Now, moving on to other news. Sudan's recent ban on Kenyan tea exports has triggered an uproar among tea farmers and factory directors in Embu County, with many warning of severe financial repercussions. The ban, particularly targeting Kenya's BP1 tea grade, has left the sector in crisis, as Sudan remains the largest market for this specific variety of tea.
A sudden ban on Kenya tea export by Sudan has plunged thousands of farmers in Embu County into a financial abyss. The price B1 grade, a staple in Sudanese market, now sits idle, leaving families facing difficulty selling it. Stakeholders in the tea industry are now calling for immediate government intervention to resolve what they describe as a diplomatic crisis that threatens both the livelihoods of farmers and the financial stability of the region.
Those who are in power right now, those who have the influence, will make sure soko ya Sudan imekuwa opened. Ndio wakulima pia
wa nafasi ya kulipa wakulima. Mimi nimetoka mahali tulikuwa mkutano upande wa West. Na kuna factories inalipa wale wanauza orthodox. Unajua tukienda kwa serikali hawa geti ndio wanasema saa nyingine hakuna soko ya orthodox.
Muchangi Karemba, Runyenje's member of parliament, stressed that Tea farming is important to Embu's economic and call on the government to prioritize resolving the diplomatic disputes. He emphasized the urgency of addressing the issue to prevent foreign political from destroying the livelihoods of local farmers.
Economy ya hapa watu wetu wanategemea hii biashara. Wale ambao ni wenye manjani chai na wale ambao wanategemea hizo mashamba za manjani chai kufanya kazi. Kwa hivyo tungependa serikali ya Kenya iangazie mambo kuhusu soko ya manjani chai.
Former Embu Senator Lenny Kivuti also weighed in, criticizing Kenyans' continued reliance on raw exports instead of developing value-added products. He urged the government to invest in technology and innovation to create diverse tea-based products such as cosmetics and medicines to ensure that Kenya farmers are no longer dependent on volatile foreign markets.
I would like to find value in using exponential technologies into the tea sector. If we do, and I'm an expert in that, the sky is the limit.
The tea sector in Embu is now facing an uncertain future, with many urging the government to act decisively before the situation worsens. Helen Kiplagat, KUTV.
Now, after Kenyatta University Teaching, Research and Referral Hospital, KUTRRH, started performing procedures to correct cleft lip and palate, individuals with the defect may now have a reason to smile. About 70 patients are expected to benefit from the hospital's partnership with Operation Smile Kenya, which includes a week-long free surgery camp at the facility where they will have their smiles restored. One of the most prevalent congenital conditions among live infants is cleft lip and palate. As estimated, 6 children with cleft lip and or cleft palate are born in Kenya each day. Every year, about 2,000 babies are born with the abnormalities. Both the infant and the impacted family are devastated by the resulting facial disfigurement.
This is a surgical camp that provides surgeries for children and adults who are born with cleft lip and palate, that is space in their lips and in the palates, in the gums. The cleft lip and palate are actually congenital defects. They are things that people are born with. So this week, starting today, we are screening up to over 70 patients so that we are able to identify the ones who need surgery and take care of them over the next 10 days. As was earlier said, yes, Social Health Authority covers some of these costs, and we will encourage and help our patients who are screened here and who are coming for these surgeries to be able to register so that they can be able to benefit.
Bigger to that, we're also looking at a partnership with the hospital so that we can also engage and be able to train even people or healthcare providers in the county and the sub-county region so that also these students don't have to travel for 500, 600 kilometers to come to Nairobi for care.
Now, former Kirinyaga Women Representative Wangui Richi has urged Kirinyaga residents to prioritize integrity over party loyalty in 2027. Wangui is currently serving as a chairperson of Kenya Seeds Company, has warned against satisfaction of party politics leading to electing incompetent leaders, which in return is impacting service delivery. Wangui emphasized that Kenyans must now vote leaders without caring much about their popular parties, but looking for a person's capacity and track records.
Kwamba watu wa Karumande tukakubaliana hapa siku ya leo kwamba ile siku ikifika ya kwenda uchaguzi, watu waangalie viongozi. Sawa sawa? Muangalie nini? Viongozi. Muangalie viongozi, sababu mimi leo nimepitia hii barabara yenu na nimesikia uchungu sana. Sawa sawa? Watu waangalie viongozi na uongozi wa sawa sawa. Hakukuwa na mbegu ya kutosha Kenya hii. Leo hii tukiongea na nyinyi, hakuna shida ya mbegu Kenya mzima, sababu Wangui alienda akasimama na akafanya kazi kama kazi. Sawa sawa? Na sasa mkiona kama nimeamsha Kenya Seed, mnafikiria hii Kirinyaga ndio itanishinda? Hapana. Hii Kirinyaga inaweza kunishinda? Hapana. So I must asking nyinyi nyote ambao mnapanda, mpande, mnaona mvua ndio hii, tutapata a lot of food. Naomba tukuwe na food security katika Kenya, ndio kila mtu asilie chakula, ndio kila mtu aseme ameonekaniwa na Mungu na amepata chakula ya kutosha, si ndio?
Now we are taking it again another short break. Sports is on the other side of the break.
Hi, my name is Stella Tioi.
Jina langu naitwa Okemwa Mokwa James.
This is Mandela Gaya.
Ugonjwa ulipokuja ulichukua siku 3 ukaniweka in coma. 20 wamezikwa, 2 ndio wako hai.
I don't even know how it feels to see.
I feel like I cannot express myself well the way somebody who can walk can actually express themselves.
Ilichukua muda mwingi mrefu tena mpana ili kuikubali kwamba mimi siwezi tembea tena.
I've come to actually accept myself.
Ukijaribu kumsimamisha mtu umwambie tafadhali nionyeshe njia,
they find it quite strange talking to you.
We should just make schools integrated,
inclusive setups,
by providing the right facilities.
Access to knowledge, solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights and repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
Now, welcome back. In sports tonight, Ethiopia's Fortien Tesfaye delivered a stunning performance at the General Berlin Half Marathon, clocking 1 hour, 3 minutes and 35 seconds, the 5th fastest time in history to win the women's race and lead an all-Ethiopian podium sweep. Ftau Zerei finished second in 1 hour, 7 minutes and 2 seconds, while Alemadis Iyayu Zerei claimed third in 1 hour, 7 minutes and 12 seconds. In the men's race, Ethiopia's Gemechu Dida dominated with a winning time of 58 minutes and 43 seconds. Kenya's Richard Etir finished second in 59 minutes, 30 seconds, narrowly edging German's Amanal Petrus, who broke his national record with a time of 59 minutes, 31 seconds. Now, Gor Mahia edged KCB 1-0 in the Football Kenya Federation Premier League clash held at Kenyatta Stadium. Gor Mahia's midfielder Austin Odhiambo found the back of the net in the 33rd minute. Kogalo Baga 3 crucial points to move to 3rd place in the league table with 46 points, while KCB remain in 5th with 40 points. Gor Mahia is set to face Sofapaka on Wednesday in Narok Stadium, while KCB will battle it out with Mara Sugar at Green Stadium, Awendo. Now that is it from us tonight. Thank you so much for choosing KUTV News at 9 and for staying with KUTV News at 9 this far. This is on behalf of my producer Edward Nyamo and director Mutegi K. Martin. We thank you so much for choosing our news tonight. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Margaret Migwi and Anyango Sylvia. Have a good night.